Hare Bol, greetings everyone. So today I'd like to do the reading for Bhaimi Ekadashi, also called Jai Ekadashi. The glories of Jai Ekadashi, which occurs during the waxing moon in the month of January-February, are described in the Bhavishatara Purana in the conversation between Lord Krishna and Maharaj Yudhishthira. Once Maharaj Yudhishthira asked Lord Sri Krishna, "O Lord Krishna, original personality of Godhead, O Lord of the universe, Sri Krishna, you are the original cause of the four types of living entities, namely those who are born from perspiration, those born from seeds, those born from eggs, and those born from embryos. You alone are the creator, maintainer, and destroyer of everything. Please describe to me the glories of that Ekadashi which occurs during the waxing moon in the month of January-February. Also, please explain to me the procedure for observing this Ekadashi and which deity is to be worshipped on this auspicious day." The Lord Krishna said, "O best of kings Yudhishthira, the Ekadashi which occurs during the waxing moon in the month of January-February is celebrated as Jaya Ekadashi. By following this Ekadashi, all one's sinful reactions are vanquished. The performance of this Ekadashi will never the performer of this Ekadashi will never have to accept the body of a ghost. O king, as far as awarding liberation and exhausting one's sinful reactions are concerned, this Ekadashi has no substitute. O lion-like king, now please hear the description of this Ekadashi which I had previously narrated in Padma Purana. The demigods were living happily in the heavenly kingdom of Indra under his rule. In the Nandanandan Kanana forest, which was filled with the fragrance of fully blossomed parijata flowers, and where the apsaras freely enjoyed their lives, Indra also enjoyed various exchanges with the apsaras. Once, being in a pleasant mood, Indra arranged a dance festival of 50 million apsaras. In that assembly, there was a Gandharva singer named Puspapadanta. Also a Gandharva named Chitrasena came there, along with his wife, Malini, and his daughter. Chitrasena had a son named Puspavan, whose son was named Malayavan. And a Gandharva named Pushpavati became attracted by the beauty of Malayavan. Being pierced by the sharp arrows of Cupid, the most beautiful Pushpavati tried various ways, such as by gestures and glances, to bring Malayavan under her control. O king, how can I describe the splendid beauty of Pushpavati? She had beautiful arms which resembled the ropes of Cupid, and the beauty of her face resembled the full moon. She had broad eyes, ears decorated with earrings, and her neck defeated the beauty of the conch. Her waist was thin, her breasts were highly raised, her hips were broad, and her thighs were like banana trees. Her shining feet defeated the beauty of the red lotus flower. All her beautiful features appeared even more enchanting because of being decorated with gorgeous ornaments and garments. On seeing such a beautiful woman as Pushpavati, Malyavan became totally captivated. In order to please Indra, both Malyavan and Pushpavati began to perform dancing and singing with each other, with other apsaras in that dance festival. But since they were attracted to each other, they could not perform well. As a result, there was a disturbance in the ongoing performance of the dancing assembly. Continuously looking at each other through the corners of their eyes, they became pierced by the arrows of Cupid. When Indra noticed the perpetual disturbance in the process of singing and dancing, he understood their mental condition. Due to the constant disturbance in their performance, Indra felt insulted and cursed them as follows: "Both of you are fools and sinful. You have disobeyed my order, hence I am cursing you. Both of you will accept the bodies of a male and female ghost and take birth in the earthly planet and enjoy the rest of your karma. After being cursed in this way, both Malyavan and Pushpavati received the bodies of a ghost and began to spend their miserable lives within a cave of the Himalaya mountains. As a result of receiving ghost bodies, both of them felt great distress and lamentation. By the influence of the curse, they could not take pleasure from the sense of smelling, touching, or sleeping. While wandering in the dense forest and cold mountainous regions of Himalaya, they sat down somewhere and began to introspect. The male ghost said to the female ghost, "Alas, what sinful, heinous activities we have committed, that we have received such a miserable ghost body." Feeling extreme sadness, they merged into the ocean of repentance. Both Malyavan and Pushpavati, in the form of male and female ghosts, spent that whole day without taking any food, while continuously repenting for their misdeeds. Coincidentally, this day was the auspicious day of Jaya Ekadashi, which occurs during the waxing moon in the month of January-February. Although they were extremely afflicted with hunger and thirst, they did not kill any living entity on that day. They even abstained from taking any roots, fruits, or water. O king, in this way, when the ghost couple was sitting underneath the banyan tree in a miserable condition, the sun was about to set. Due to the freezing cold and being absorbed in deep thought, they felt great unhappiness and spent that entire night without sleeping. Due to their mental disturbance, no propensity for sense gratification appeared in their hearts. O lion-hearted king, in this way they unknowingly observed the vow of Jaya Ekadashi, and by the influence of the piety accumulated from observing this vow, the very next day they attained liberation from their ghost bodies. Thereafter Pushpavati and Malyavan regained their original positions and returned to heaven through airplanes. On returning to heaven, they both happily approached Indra, the king of the demigods, and offered their obeisances. When Indra saw them, he was struck with wonder, and he exclaimed, "What a wonder! By the influence of which piety have your ghostly conditions been destroyed? Which demigod has freed you from my curse?" In answer to this, Malyavan said, "By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Lord, and as a result of observing the vow of Jaya Ekadashi, which is very dear to him, we have become freed from this curse. O Master, I am telling you with full conviction that we have been freed from our ghostly lives simply by the influence of devotional service." After hearing these words, Indra again said to Malyavan, "You have become purified as a result of executing devotional service to Lord Vishnu and observing the vow of Ekadashi. Therefore, now you are worshipable by me also. Those human beings who are engaged in devotional service of Vishnu are certainly worshipped and respected by me." Thereafter, Pushpavati and Malyavan began to live happily in the heavenly planet. O King Yudhishthira, one must observe the vow of Ekadashi. Observance of the vow of Jaya Ekadashi takes away even the sin of killing a Brahmin. The secondary fruits of observing this vow is that one automatically receives the piety of giving in charity, performing sacrifice, and visiting holy places. If one properly follows the vow of this Ekadashi with faith and devotion, then he lives in Vaikuntha forever. Just by reading and hearing the glories of this Ekadashi, one can attain the result of an Agnishtoma sacrifice. Jai Bhaimi Ekadashi Ki Jai.